For more on the talks between the United States and Iran, let's bring in North Dakota Republican Senator Jon Hoeven, a member of the Energy, Agriculture, and Appropriations Committees. What do you hope, Senator, will come out of these talks?
Well, we need to make sure that Iran never has a nuclear weapon, and that's exactly what it's all about. And remember, the talks have a chance to succeed because President Trump is taking steps to make sure that Iran understands that this has to happen and that the other options will be used if the talks don't progress and get the result that we need, which is verification. We need to be able to verify that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon. And if not, we'll take other steps. And I had an extensive briefing. I'm also on defense appropriations. And so I had an extensive briefing on that, not only what we're doing in the Middle East as far as striking the Houthis and making it safe for our ships to navigate that part of the world, but also recognizing that the Houthis are a proxy of Iran, and going after them sends a very clear message to Iran that this is serious and we need a result.
Yeah, we have a graphic that shows some of the neighbors that Israel is faced off against these days. Iran supporting both the Houthis as well as Hezbollah and Hamas. It appears that with what's happened to Hezbollah and Hamas at the hands of the Israelis and now the Houthis, that Iran seems to be getting a message. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Remember, they said they would not do face-to-face negotiations, but now we're actually engaged in those negotiations. And so you've already seen that movement. Those negotiations started just yesterday. They'll continue next Saturday as well. Steve Witkoff with the Iranian foreign minister. That is a good step in the right direction. And again, I think that the strikes that we're making, well, I know that the strikes that we're making on the Houthis, which, as I say, is a proxy of Iran, and as you said, so is Hamas, so is Hezbollah. So these strikes that we're making now, as well as the strikes that Israel made earlier, is letting Iran know that this is going to happen. And that's why they're at the negotiating table.
You and other experts have said that Iran is very close to having enough fissionable nuclear material that they could build a bomb. How do we know that this isn't just some stalling technique on their part, tactic, to try to stretch out the window so they can build a bomb?
Exactly right. That is exactly how Iran operates. They operate through these proxies. They are the largest state sponsor of terror in the world. And then when it comes to negotiating, they obfuscate, they drag things out. And that's why you see what President Trump is doing is very different than what has been done before. He is making it very clear with our close ally, Israel, that this has to happen, this negotiation wherein we make sure that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon and that we can verify that. And that if that doesn't happen, then these other consequences will be pursued. And they're very real. As you said, when Israel took out some of those anti-ballistic aircraft missile defense systems earlier, and now as we are taking down the Houthi operation, Iran can see very clearly that they are vulnerable. And so I think that is going to be the qualitative difference here that gets us to a verifiable result. But as you say, it must be something that we can check, we can verify, and we can make sure that they don't have a bomb or the ability to deliver it.
Quickly, to the southern border in this country, the president wants the military to take control of federal lands along the southern border and also boost technological monitoring along the border. What do you think?
Very good idea. Look, border security, it's not only a border barrier, it's also the technology and the manpower. This Roosevelt reservation corridor along New Mexico, Arizona, California will help with this border barrier and the other technology we're putting in place that's going on in Texas. Governor Abbott has been tremendously helpful. But again, it's all part of President Trump securing that border, as well as making sure that the organized crime that's come in, like Tren de Aragua, MS-13, and that these other criminal elements are deported out of this country.
Senator Jon Hoeven, we appreciate your time today. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, John.